On. We should be live right now. So, what's up, everybody? It's your boy True Moo coming at you with some more high-quality D&D content. Another episode of D&D now. Of course, Gnot a Gnelf is Gnot here again. I know I'm really milking this one for a while, but we're gonna have another session. It's gonna be good. I'm gonna hop in right now, so maybe we can catch a recap. All right.
That's the other one that I had to do for that.
I am back. I am live. Y'all should give stream a recap and then get going.
I missed the
Oh yeah. Okay, well, so hi, stream. If we're doing a bit of a healthy recap here, they are all on the ship, the Emotion, traveling with the crew to get the druid that they fought's body to Mute Harbor, the main capital of this country that they're in. And where they left off, there was a nice, healthy bit of sparring to try to keep tensions on the ship low, and they heard a scream from another room, and that's really what intended.
Calling it right now, the druid woman's gonna fucking murder us all. Or
wait, so there's the time. The time skip is so like okay.
Okay, we're starting where we ended, but there's going to be a time skip in the middle of this because this scene was supposed to be the last scene. Like I said, like.
But we took too long fighting people.
You took too long fighting people.
Literally, all of last session was us fighting people.
Was you hand-to-hand combat fighting people?
We honestly should have had a team one. We should have had us fight against
30 minutes.
I didn't get to fight, my dude.
Lol.
That's because Andrew rejected you.
I enjoyed murdering Sanic.
I wanted to fight.
I still want a rematch on that.
I'm Ouija. Are we getting off the ship? I want to fight
I love how my character was just like,
Alright, let's play the damn session!
I just wanted to know if the time skip was us like being like, oh, it's been 2 weeks.
We're getting into the session.
Okay.
We'll figure it out as it goes on.
So, where we had just left off, Cyanth ducked back into Captain Gregory Wright's office after you hear this piercing shriek come from somewhere in that room. And he rushes back in, and the crew around you seems confused and slightly concerned at the entire change of events that have just happened. And they're all looking at you for some sort of answers here.
Uwu?
Looking at who?
I want to say uwu. I in canon say uwu.
Fucking.
Uwu, what's this?
As you say this, Daryl, the barrel just kind of turns, looks at you, and goes, "Did I hit you over the head at some point? What is happening here?"
Don't worry about it. I'll tell you later.
But, so, they're all just kind of frozen for a second, and then Gregory, the captain, runs towards his office.
Yeah, I'm gonna head there too.
I followed by in a brisk, not too desperate. I don't want to seem like I'm like desperate, but like brisk enough to like get there in time. But like,
you see, Tyler needs to be edgy enough, so he needs to act like he doesn't care.
It's not edginess; it's badassery.
Tyler, you're a tiefling rogue.
You have no badassery, and you have all edge.
Listen, I'm not edgy. My backstory isn't I don't have an edgy backstory.
That doesn't mean anything. You're a tiefling rogue.
See, there's a difference between if I was straight, it'd be edgy, but I'm gay, so it's just gay. It's just gay energy.
No, it's just
edgy
and gay.
Anyway,
let's continue.
I'm gonna have my short bow ready and run after them, or fly after them. I can't run. Running is slow.
I carry Nick in my hand.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, we all yeet into the room.
Alright, let's go. Guns blazing.
Basically.
So, the doors...
Nick, you want to sit on my shoulder?
Yes. No, I'm standing on your shoulder. Fuck sitting.
Alright, let's go.
So, the doors to Captain Wright's office fling open, and you see... You've probably been in here before over the course of your being on this ship for a couple of days now. And, there's a desk at the far back of the room with a chair behind it. There's a bookshelf on the far wall. And over in the far back right corner, there's a small cot with some bedding. And kneeling beside that is Cyanth. And on the cot is Calvary. And over the course of the time that you've been on this ship, she's been mostly floating in and out of consciousness.
You finally awake, Cavalry?
Now, as you...
Oh god.
Currently, however, she is... And when she was awake during these times, she just seemed mostly very disoriented and confused. Like, not as if she wasn't aware of her surroundings, but as she is now, she's screaming. She is thrashing in the bed. Her eyes have rolled back into her head and she's convulsing. She seems to be having some sort of seizure almost. And Cyan's hands are hovering over her as if he's unsure what he should be doing in this situation. And he's still shouting for help, going, I don't know what to do. Someone help, please, please, somebody. I don't know.
Aren't you the expert? I don't like, is this a fucking escort mission, like a bad RPG? Like, aren't you to know what's going on?
I straight up look at him and I'm like, you're the mage.
I'm a liaison for the group. I am sent out so that I can figure out what's happening and then have the competent people come and figure it out. This isn't my job.
I'm gonna pull up my druidic focus, which is just a stick, and I'm gonna poke cavalry with the stick. That's my solution.
So you go near her and contact her with this stick, and the same effect that you had seen before during the battle in the woods happens, in which she flickers and shifts slightly out of the way as if she was never there.
Oh god, the Animorph is back.
Yo, Pog champion.
Can I roll perception?
Wait, I can do that too.
Go ahead.
Wait, what's? Yeah, go ahead, Quest. Wait, what type? What's her form again? Like, what animal are we looking at?
I rolled advantage. Whoops.
She is a...
Let me roll that again, because I accidentally rolled advantage.
Currently see
That's fine.
any of her particularly owlish features.
Fuck, I can't turn
matter.
into a bird yet. I'm not high enough level.
I rolled perception excellent, I rolled advantage excellent, but here we go. 10.
So you see essentially you notice that it's a lesser form of what was happening to her before. The feathers and wings and claws that you would come to associate with her half-beast form aren't really materializing as they were when you were fighting her in the woods, but she is now currently just flickering in and out of what seems to be reality, just as she was before, and she's screaming in what sounds to be pain. And
that's not good.
from behind all of you, Hadley kind of steps forward and goes, what the fuck is happening to her?
Honestly,
I shrug and look at her and I'm like, I have no fucking clue.
I don't know. This happened last time, Happy.
Well, she kind of just fades in and out of reality every time that... Yeah.
What the fuck did you bring on this ship? I don't want that near me.
It's a person.
I don't
The
know.
fuck? It's 2020, bitch. Sorry.
Okay. Can I make a suggestion? Can we call that, like, Big Brother lady? That's not... I was trying to make a 1984 joke, it didn't work. Can we call the lady that we were calling, like, before in the woods, who, like, knew what shit was happening, and be like, hey, can you fix this? Because, like, I don't know what the fuck is going on.
Wait, what?
Remember the lady with the crystal?
No.
You have the crystal. It's you. You're the one who's holding it. You don't remember this?
No.
Okay. Well,
Actually,
I'll watch the VOD later.
The crystal is on Cyanth because it's his communication crystal, so that he can get in contact with his guild.
then what does he have? Does he have the key?
I have the key crystal.
He has a communication crystal for the entire ship.
Yeah.
Oh.
I was trusted with that shit.
Communication crystals are pretty much fantasy phones. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Ring
Okay.
ring.
They have fantasy phones.
Hey yo, my boy Cyan. Can I borrow your phone or whatever we're calling them?
And with trembling hands, he
Let's
pulls
hit up this
the little silver orb that he had before out and opens it, and it springs open and flashes to life, and he hands it over in your direction.
Hello, important people who know what's going on that aren't the main characters.
And as you are saying this, Calvary lets out a scream is a significantly higher pitch and volume than any of the previous ones that you have heard before.
Hey, can't you hear him on the crystal?
I just kind of sigh and like rotate my arm, and I'm like, do I have to knock her out again?
I
As
wouldn't
you're saying,
suggest
she
doing that.
convulses for another moment and then drops limply to the bed still.
Ah, she's fine.
Okay.
Well, that was uneventful.
Damn.
Okay,
That's great.
We're really bad
let's
at
figure this
this.
shit out so that doesn't happen again because like I need my beauty sleep and I want to get woke up in the middle of the night.
Does anyone actually pick up the phone? That's all I need to know.
The communication crystal flashes a couple of times, and you get pretty much the equivalent of a away from office.
God
message.
damn it. Hey yo, Cyan, fix this. I throw it back at him.
He catches it in his hands.
I would hope
and-
so.
No, he catches it with his face.
His fucking teeth.
He
catches
just
it with
bites
his
it out of the air. So he catches it and he's holding it for only a moment before he puts it to the side and he hovers his hands over Calvary for a moment. And she is still, entirely still, not moving, and she doesn't seem to be breathing at all.
Ah, fuck. Is she dead?
And
I check her heart.
Can I check her? Yeah.
Wait, I guess wait, do we have a cleric? The clerics do that. They have a
I am
cleric.
gonna do that,
Uh,
yes.
Wait, I thought Gnot was a cleric.
no, he's a bard.
No,
Well,
I'm
I
the
thought
cleric.
Gnot healed people too, though.
He-
Wait,
he's a
no,
bard.
but clerics
You
have
can do that.
proficiency in medical checks.
Ah, okay.
Usually.
Yeah, Gnot is sick.
Oh yeah, right. He can't heal himself.
Gnot is seasick.
Yeah, I may or maybe not threw Gnot off the ship. I like put a little, I tied a rope to him, so he's like, just like dragging behind.
Okay, but yeah, I'm gonna check his heart. Check to make sure that, she's not dead.
Need to make a medicine check for that, or is it just like?
Yeah,
Is it a medicine
you don't-
check?
You don't really have to roll for that.
Okay.
As soon as you put your hand on...
Oh fuck.
Where are you checking pulse?
Probably your neck.
As soon as you get your hand on her neck, you feel nothing. There is nothing, not even the slightest fluttering.
That's an issue.
She's dead. Let's make that not a thing anymore,
You should
because
probably try
I
CPR.
want the money for this. Like I don't.
Well,
And as you are all checking her pulse, Gregory, the captain, steps up behind you and he's looking down and he just kind of calmly goes, I'm going to need you to explain what in the ever-loving fuck you brought on my ship and had surrounding my crew without telling me.
All right, so this is what's going down, my boy Greg.
Okay, maybe before we explain that, can we try and see if we can maybe resuscitate?
well, you see,
the person
could you
who's
say
around?
that she has 0 hit points?
I don't think that she's dead. I think that she's dead.
Roll investigation to see how many hit points she has left, Quaz.
I'm gonna like slap Ashley on the shoulder and I like rub my hands together. I'm like, let's get some god power.
Listen, we're level 3. We don't have a revive spell.
Yo,
Wait, well, I would like to
Maybe Class does. I don't know.
No,
Yeah.
he doesn't.
wait, well,
kind of.
while Quaz and Pierce try to figure out what the fuck's going down with the dead body, I'm gonna talk to my boy Greg.
Oh, I'm just straight up praying. I'm a fucking barbarian. I'm just praying.
All right, let's go, Greg. So, Greg, let me break it down real quick. So we got this money from this dude to help escort some people, right? Well, you see, then some stuff happened. I got to visit my cat again. Some other shit went down, and we got this Animorph person. She's just a druid. She's just she's a little weird in the head, I think. So she sometimes turns into an animal-ish, kinda. I think she's just really bad at what she
the
does.
head doesn't result in flickering, like she was gone for a second.
I
What?
just-
No, she was just turning into her wild shape, but she's really bad at it and was really fucking it up. Cause like, watch. I can do that too. I can turn into an animal. I
Is
just
this
do
the
it
time
right.
for like? Oh my god! Like, okay, at this point, I chime in and I'm like, okay, listen, we got hired to escort these people. We got there and
Told him that.
This druid went crazy.
Already told
right?
him that.
So we contacted the people, the institution that sent them.
Was getting
and
to
then-
that.
Listen, and then she sent you guys to pick us up and to escort this person. I don't know. So,
Wow, come on, Tyler. It's 2020.
but like also, it just like she just like dropped dead. So like maybe like maybe we can just like resuscitate her or try or do something. Maybe.
No, Quaz is working on this while we're talking.
Well, you see, I could cast Spread Dying.
Try it.
But I don't think she's dying. I think she's dead. She's in a heartbeat.
Quaz, try it.
Well, no.
Quad,
Well,
just
no,
try
no,
it.
spare the dying is.
At 0, like, basically.
Yeah,
So,
I touch a living
yeah.
creature that has 0 hit points, and then if it has 0 hit points, then I can basically it just becomes stable,
Work.
or they become
Yeah,
stable.
so if you can try that if you would like.
Do it, you won't.
Sorry, I have a really bad stuffy nose right now, so it's kind
That's
of
fine.
complicating my ability to breathe, essentially.
Creature become stable. Okay, so you just have to
Okay.
make death saving throws.
You spelled effect with 2 C's.
So,
Shut up.
You know what? It's fine.
as you place your hand on her and cast this spell, you feel the magic from your god that you usually feel when you do anything related to this, but it fizzles in a way that you've never felt before. It's almost like it's
Your
Fear.
faith is not strong enough.
Hog champion.
not even that your faith isn't strong enough, it's like
Period.
it's not contact. It doesn't apply here. There's something wrong with her that's making it so that your magic can't reach her.
Oh, that's not terrifying at all.
That's a thonker.
So I physically cannot do anything. Well,
Your magic can't seem to affect her.
All right.
Kinda like
Are you gonna
Hogwarts,
tell us this or not?
we
That's
tried.
my main question.
yeah, well, let's see, I can't do anything about this.
Come on,
This is
man.
really fucking weird.
Why'd we hire you?
I don't think we have any.
What do you-
Does anybody have any healing potions?
I have.
No.
Let's see.
No.
Wait, what do I even have?
Healing potions like $5,000.
I have a staff.
Exactly. I got none of that. Maybe if I play my kazoo, that might help.
I think she doesn't have a heartbeat, so I feel like
She's
maybe.
dead.
We can spark her heart
Okay,
rhythm
this-
back
No,
up.
she's not dead,
Like some-
because
like
something
some-
is stopping magic from doing anything to her, so she can't be, like, dead.
I mean,
It could just
Yeah.
be a lingering effect of whatever.
okay,
affected
but she's
her.
also like this like crazy ass like old druid, like old god with immense power. So I feel like she's not dead, more just like in stasis.
Wait, when
She
did
might
you
be
decide-
hibernating.
Wait, hold on, Tyler. When did you decide that she was an old god with immense power?
I don't know. Listen,
Is
Have
it
you
happening
seen
in
her?
character? What is this?
listen. Okay, fine. In character, I say, well, she seems very powerful, and like it seems like there are multiple entities that are controlling
I
her.
disagree. She can't even figure out how to do a
Maybe.
wild form.
Okay.
I can do a wild form.
Maybe she's.
I kind of like
in
crouch down and I
stasis.
like tap her on her forehead. And I'm like, yeah, she's dead.
Yeah.
But like, would it, like? Okay. I don't know. I mean, I
So
just.
as you are all talking about this, Wright has turned around and he gestures for the to leave so that he can figure this out. And Elin steps closer to him and starts assessing. He steps over to where her body now is and starts assessing the situation while the other three kind of wander out. And Wright turns and looks at all of you, and he seems grave. Very, very severe in this moment, and you've never seen him like this before. He's
Why
very
so
jovial, dude.
serious?
And he goes, I'm just going to need an honest answer on this right now. Is this individual or anything about her a danger or risk to anyone on my crew?
Nah,
Well,
fam, we
she's
got it
dead,
covered.
so-
Oh, well.
My guess is no.
I mean, right now she doesn't seem to be harming anyone, so it should be fine.
She couldn't fight us, so I think we're good.
Yeah, she. That's a.
I think we're fine. I think we're fine.
We'll get back to you later.
We really don't know much.
Theoretically, we're all a danger to everyone, so you know, like that's kind of like a
You
really
can just
tough
put a pin on
philosophical
it.
question.
More evidence that Tyler's character is edgy. That sentence right there.
Fact.
Yeah, gonna be totally honest, we don't know shit. We're just
Yeah.
some adventurers who get
we were
paid.
just told. We were just told her to bring her over to that woman.
Yeah,
If you wanna blame anyone.
So you should go talk to the people on the phone crystal and deal with it yourself, cause I tried. man.
I just want to go back to beating up Sanic, honestly.
Like this. What did I do to deserve this?
Quaz is so mean, lol.
The violence, Jesus.
I-
So,
Report Quaz.
No, I'm just saying it was fun. I don't want to actually kill you.
Report Quaz.
that's right.
Don't hurt.
Quaz just wants to feel like a Dragon Ball character again.
Yeah, that's true.
And I want to slam them into the ground.
I just want to fight someone, for God's sakes.
I have a suggestion. Okay, maybe this is like out of left field. Maybe like something.
Are you in
something-
character right now?
Yes.
Okay.
Maybe something. I guess like that wouldn't really make sense because like baseball isn't a thing. Whatever. Maybe like a godly question mark. I don't know if that's like what it's called. Magic like doesn't work because for some reason I don't know. It seems like some kind of demonic shit. So like, does anybody else have any other like magic that's like
Let me
not
check.
godly that could like?
I
heal
don't
someone?
remember what I got. Can I mend said person?
I don't think she's an inanimate object, so probably not.
Try it.
Well, she's dead, so she's inanimate now.
Yeah, she is just kind of a meat sack right now.
I cast mending. I don't know what it'll do.
Like her broken button fixes itself.
Yeah, you see a tiny little tear on her clothing from the last time that y'all had fought. It just stitches itself right up. There you go.
All right, let's
Nice.
wait. Hold on.
Congrats.
I'm trying to remember what that does. Can I charm a dead
No.
person?
No.
No.
We're trying
If
to
they're
find-
dead, you can't charm them.
Well, we don't know if she's dead or not.
She has no
You're gonna
heartbeat.
charm her back to
Even if she's
She-
Nick, even if she's not dead, the fact that she doesn't have a heartbeat would mean that she's undead, and charm person doesn't work on undead.
Well, she's either dead or in some form of extreme.
Also, where do you
Yes.
see it doesn't work out undead?
It's just it doesn't say it on
Okay.
charm person, but all undead like. pretty
Fuck
much
it, I
everyone
attempt to
you are
charm
on
said
stat blocks.
Even
dead
if the
humanoid
charm-
body.
I wasn't going to like. I didn't feel like this was going to be something that I need to just say. She's dead.
Yes, I'm
Okay.
just trying to tell
Oh,
you.
I thought that she was important.
I didn't think that this was going to be something that I needed to emphasize. She's dead.
Like, I thought that
No,
she
G,
was super like important.
Dude, I really badly wanted to just like have my character smash her face open and be like, "She's dead now, guys."
I didn't realize that this was going to be something that I need to emphasize,
Okay.
but she's dead. She is
Yeah.
very much so dead.
You're right.
You know
She
what?
didn't have plot armor. We're fucked.
Let's have a
Well-
let's have a burial maybe. I don't know. I really don't care. That
We're on a
We're in the water.
we're on a boat, you
okay, like a
dumbass.
ceremony, like a
And,
ceremony.
Funeral.
Science kind of sits up abruptly as you say that and goes, we still need to bring her to
I wasn't suggesting.
the guild.
getting
Like, we
involved.
can't just throw her off the ship or something.
Yeah, you
and
dumbass,
keep her piped up in the
Azazel.
corner. I
That's
feel
not
more
what I was
comfortable with
suggesting.
Like, yeah,
like,
I mean,
like a little like,
like,
ritual.
one of the ways my people used to hold like funerals was we would put them on a boat and we'd shoot arrows that were on fire onto their boat, and then they would.
That
burn
seems
them.
Yeah, but we need
inefficient.
the body.
Why can't you
That's
just light the boat on fire?
Amazing.
Listen,
What?
Why can't
We
you
need
just
the
light the
body.
boat on
Science
fire?
just kind of pops up sarcastically. Well, that must have smelled great.
I have a
We let them
question.
go out a decent amount, and we're used to burning flesh.
All right,
all the time. So,
Well, if she's dead, does that mean she's gonna start rotting?
all-knowing DM person. How do we progress the story?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Dead person.
I'm very lost.
We
Like
have
I
a dead.
said, there's going to be a bit of a time skip because this is just kind of a it will end whenever
Whenever we
you end it.
okay.
Well, okay.
Whenever we
Because this
My
was
last-
supposed to be the ending of last episode.
Okay.
Okay,
My-
so
my-
I just
No.
had to
last
shrug and
question.
go back to helping Hadley with the engine.
I
Okay.
close her eyes. I like cover her in a white sheet, and I'm just like, okay.
Where are you getting a white sheet? Serious question.
Okay, like a blanket. I cover her with a blanket, not necessarily a white sheet, like a blanket.
Do you sing a lullaby while you're at it, or what?
No, that's what you do to dick. Okay. I perform
you
some
all
rituals.
Go to do your thing, and apparently Azazel is the only honorable man amongst you who goes through some final rites. For
Well, I mean, I thought we were gonna hold a funeral for her later, so like.
I give it the good old bye-bye,
Body
and
on the floor.
it's not on the floor. It's in a bed.
I thought she fell on the floor. Whatever, regardless.
anyhow,
I'll just.
so you all kind of just go amongst whatever your jobs were on the ship, but the feel on the ship has kind of shifted after that. They weren't aware that Calvary could have been any variety of danger. They just thought that she was someone who was sick and needed to be brought back to Mute Harbor, and the fact that no one had told them that she was potentially dangerous and brought her onto the ship, the level of camaraderie and trust that you had with these individuals has kind of shifted a little
Well, that's bullshit.
Wait,
It wasn't our
she wasn't
fault.
even
It was
fucking
the lady
dangerous. She was
It
dead.
was the lady from
No.
New Harbor who sent them. Why didn't she tell them? Some I don't know. I think that this is bullshit, and I hope that Daryl the Barrel also thinks it's bullshit.
Nah, there's no way. There's no way. Daryl hates you
No,
forever.
Daryl straight
Daryl's
hates
mine
you.
now.
What does that mean?
I'm gonna,
So,
Tyler, I'm gonna seduce him away from you.
Okay.
Yo, let's go one.
so about
Nick, let's go seduce him.
Alright.
So, about a day or two has passed, and things have fallen into a relative sense of normality, but there's still a bit of an off sensation on this whole boat, and
Something feels off on this boat.
you are all awoken to the sound of right knocking, like pounding on the crew quarter door.
Go away!
5 more
yeah.
minutes!
I opened
And
Yeah.
out of the porthole window beside you, you notice that it's pitch black out. It's dark.
Fuck, it's dark out.
Oh, SpaghettiOs.
And the door swings open, and behind it is Captain Wright and Hadley.
I draw
Nice.
my stick.
Morning.
Why?
The two of them look pissed.
Uh-oh.
Oh, fuck.
Great.
Oh boy.
And Wright goes, "My office now." And he turns around and storms off, and Hadley glares at all of you for a brief moment before walking off.
Okay.
Alright, let's see.
Well-
Swim home. I'm gonna be so pissed.
I guess
Well,
it's
I'll
that
be
time
fine.
of month. Let's go see what's up.
And
Alright.
as all of you begin to follow them, you notice the rest of the crew seems just as confused as you are, as they are stumbling out of their quarters and following upstairs.
Hey, do you guys know anything about this?
Patton seems a little bit almost nervous, and he goes, I don't think that I know anything.
Okay.
We'll be fine. Let's just go.
Let's go. To battle.
So,
This is fine. This is fine. Not at all gonna be terrifying.
Everything is
you
fine.
all... I'm assuming you all head up to the top deck, just kind of...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go there.
I'm gonna fly
to the
up.
top deck, and Wright and Hadley are standing side by side, and Hadley is visibly seething. And Wright goes, "All right, who did it?"
Oh fuck.
Who did what?
What's going down? What's crack a
What
lacking?
happened?
I literally have no clue what you're talking about.
We are concerned.
I'm the big confused.
And Hadley scoffs as soon as you said that, and she's like, "Yeah, right. Yeah, fucking right that none of you know what's happening right now."
The fuck happened?
Okay. So either we don't know what's going on and we're being genuine, or we do know what's going on and we're lying to you. But either way, the best thing for you to do is to tell us what you're doing specifically, so we don't play this runaround game of who did what, because I have no clue what's going on, and it's also like in the middle of the night and I really want to go back to bed. So,
Right?
I'm a cast charm person.
please
No,
don't.
you
Please
idiot.
don't. Oh my god. Oh my
No.
god. Oh my god.
Wait, no.
Oh my god.
You really want to do this?
No.
No.
Oh my god. We're gonna
Gee,
have
can I just hold
Do you really
him
want to do
until
this?
he
And
gets-
who are you doing it on?
We're gonna get
Gee,
kicked off the
before
ship.
he does it, can I just hold him in place so he can't do the like?
It depends. Do you
motions?
notice that he's doing this?
I'm gonna fucking grapple
What
him
is
before
charm
he does
person?
something.
Like-
Well, you have to fight. You,
Quickly whip out my kazoo.
you don't know that he's casting it.
Yeah,
Well,
you'd
no,
have
charm
to know
person-
that he's casting
No, but
it.
charm person is verbal and somatic, so I feel like whoever he's
Yeah,
casting would
I
know.
hear
But even still, like, are you going to notice the verbal? Because you can try to stop this.
I'm gonna
Listen.
fucking stop him.
I don't. This is. Oh my god. We're gonna get.
Are you actually casting it?
No, don't do it.
Oh wow, everyone fucking hates me for this. I kind of want
We're
it
gonna
now.
get. We're gonna get kicked off.
If so, who are you casting on?
Swim here.
Wait, can I fly over water? Does that count as my 10 feet?
You fucking.
Yeah. it
Okay,
does.
okay.
Okay, but
But
the
you'll
ocean's bigger
probably
than
get
10 feet.
you're in the
exhausted before
ocean.
you can get to shore.
So, are you charming someone? And if
Hold
so,
up.
who?
Hold up,
I
ignore.
wanna
We
stop
don't
him.
even. We don't even know what's going on.
Ignore this roll real quick.
It's.
Alright, guess I'm not doing it. Never mind.
Oh, thank God.
Oh.
Did you just heads or tails that shit?
Yeah.
That's so valid.
Remember when I said that you could just roll a d2?
He evens and odds that.
That's so valid.
You're all.
Anyhow,
Yo, look at the dice.
So pissed.
Captain Wright he folds his hands behind his back and goes, "About 2 or so hours ago, someone unknown was in the engine room and dumped all of our coal supplies into the ocean. We have no fuel to get to port, and we are miles away from the nearest port.
Oh my god.
Huh.
So,
Out of character
Who did?
question, is there a sail on this ship? Just curious.
there is a sail, but from the way that you've come to understand the workings of this ship, the Olimere Harbor around the actual continent is a very, very calm-winded harbor, so most of the ships travel by engine.
Okay, we're
because
fucked.
the sails aren't really enough. It will take you significantly longer to travel by sail.
Alright, so it's
Then it
confirmed
will
we are
travel by-
entirely fucked.
Yeah, we're stranded, basically.
Wait.
Okay, I stop up and I say, well, I know I didn't do it, and I really doubt that anybody in our group would do it because
Oh
we
my
kind
God.
of.
That sounds like
Watson.
something someone who did it
That
would
is
say.
the most suspicious fucking
Okay,
thing
okay,
to
no,
say.
no, no, it's not the
If
most
he's saying that in character, I'm saying that sounds like something someone would say.
Hadley points directly at all of you and goes,
I wasn't done
"This
speaking!
ship." Go ahead, finish.
No, no, no. Okay. Before that got okay. This is what I say, right? I say, I know that I didn't do it, and I doubt that anybody in our group would do it because we also want to get off this fucking ship. I don't like.
Can I?
Please tell
I'm gonna
us
give it
what-
a shocked expression.
Please tell us what motive we would have to get rid of our only way to travel.
I
over in the
cover
middle
my
of the
face
ocean.
and I'm like, you sound like a fucking liar.
I'm gonna be doing the facial expression
Yeah.
like the
You guys are
damn.
stupid. This is a valid. What?
It's
why,
really-
The
it's
why-
just
most
make-
suspicious fucking thing
No,
I've
it's
ever heard
not.
anyone.
You are the shadiest character.
If you were going up to someone and saying, "What is my motive? What would be my motive for this?" It means that you. Like,
Anyway,
you only say
we
that
don't.
if
You know what?
actually
You know what?
have a
He
mo-
said it. He said it. It's done. Let's see what the consequences are.
Yeah.
G go.
Whatever.
Hadley immediately steps towards you and she pushes a finger into your chest and goes, "You group." Or however
You
many
group.
are currently here. I was going to say you six, but I just realized last second as soon as I was about to say it that there's not six of you right now. So you five get onto this ship, and within the course of not even 2 weeks, we have some random individual that you brought on this ship die, and we have someone unknown throw all of our fuel. Who else do you think would have done this?
I mean, we didn't know that she was gonna die. And also, who knows? Maybe somebody has
Digging
a
our
bone to
grave.
pick with
Just
someone.
digging our grave. Yeah. I ain't even gonna say it.
Why don't we have an investigation and try and figure out what's actually going on without throwing out baseless accusations? Please and thank you.
Let's split up and look for clues, gang.
Hadley crosses her arms and step back, and as you say that, Wright goes, "You know what? I think that's a good idea. Obviously, we don't know who did this, but you can tell he's suspicious as shit. But
Mr. Captain Man,
we
question.
don't know who did this.
Mr. Captain Man,
So-
question.
Yes?
Just because the way you phrased it, you said someone dumped all of our stuff, and it's not that I don't believe you, but does that mean someone saw something? Or are we just basing it off the fact that we're missing something or something? Fuck, that was
well,
really
you
bad.
see, Hadley went downstairs so that and especially Vola, you'd know this. Typically the first people up on the ship are Hadley and a couple of the other crew to do early morning stuff, and Hadley always restocks the engines very, very early in the morning. So she's usually the first person awake.
Okay. Well,
Hadley
did
had gone to restock the engines and found all of the coal missing.
Uh-oh.
And considering it was a couple of dozens of pounds of coal, it's not like it can exactly up and walk away.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I was just curious. So did did Happy see anything?
She shakes her head and from behind him shakes her head and goes, "No, it was all gone when I got there, but I know that it was one of you that did it. Who else could it be?" And
Not
there
us.
are
Greg
other people.
kind of raises a hand in her direction and goes, "Hadley, we'll figure this out. Just calm down. Obviously, we can't trust any of you right now. We just can't.
Honestly,
So-
understandable.
Your loss.
What we're going to do here is I know who I can trust, and it is the people who have been on this ship since day one. So what we're going to do is
Never watched
we're
it.
going to assign you a buddy system.
Oh, boy.
Fuck me.
And if you want to go and do your little investigation, of course, go ahead. Go right ahead. But we're not sending you to do that alone.
Understandable.
Daryl, the two of them seem startled and they don't seem to know what to make of this whole situation, but they both step forward. And he points amongst the group and goes, "Alright, so you've been around these, whatever, I'm stuttering at the moment, I'm still
This number of people.
You've been around these 5 for however long. Pick the ones that you think are the most trustworthy, and
This is gonna be
we'll
some,
figure this
racial
out.
profiling. Watch.
We all know that Tyler's not getting chosen.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's not.
He just knows
I
that
made
Tyler's
friends
a
with
cheat.
Daryl. I made friends with Daryl. Okay, but
Wait,
But he knows
who are the
he
two
cheated.
picking? Who are the two picking? It's Daryl and who?
It's Daryl, Patton, and Hadley, actually.
Okay,
Oh, okay.
which one was
Three
Patton
people.
again? I just can't remember.
I don't want to get hit.
Patton's a cook.
Okay,
He's the
so
Oh, the cook.
Sanik's probably fine, and that's about it.
Get picked, yeah.
They're all gonna
Uh,
pick Sanik.
And after a moment's pause, Daryl nods in Azazel and Barry's direction and goes, "I want those two."
Let's go!
Wow.
Oh god.
Woo-hoo-hoo.
Hadley looks at you, Vola, and goes, "I guess I'll take that one."
I nod.
And Patton looks at Lazuli and Desrosa and goes, "I trust these two."
I give him like a double
Thank
gun,
God.
finger guns.
I'm doing the double.
would be very different if it weren't for the fact that fucking Gnot is gone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Splitting the party, splitting the party.
Also, yeah,
Split it.
Vodka S.
Yo, let's
Also,
split up and look for clues, gang! Oh wait, shit. Wait,
Just
gonna
like on a
say-
ship, so.
If I doubt that it is, but if Hadley is secretly the person who did this, I'm fucked because I'm alone with her.
no, I'm fucked in
Oh, yeah.
general, cause I'm stuck with Azazel and Azazel's
That's-
crush.
For the record, I'm gonna laugh if it's Daryl.
Listen.
Yo, Azazel's gonna backstab me to get with Daryl. I'm saying it now.
I'm not. I don't want to fuck Daryl. We're just friends.
Oh, you definitely want to fuck Daryl.
We're just
Okay,
friends.
Correct and false.
With
but whatever.
benefits.
Incorrect and false. I call my Also, I call Barty. I snap him back into existence, and he's like on my shoulder.
Alright, so, and as you have all split up into a little group that you have been segregated into, Wright looks around at all of you, nods, and goes, "If you turn yourself in right now, whoever did it, we won't hurt you. I promise you that. You won't be harmed, you won't be injured in any way. We'll just restrain you, and then when we figure out how to get to Mute Harbor, you'll be dealt with by the authorities there. So I'll give you one chance. Just say who did it."
One quick question. Is Mute Harbor the new place or the old place we were just at?
New
New
place.
place.
The
Fuck.
place that you are heading to currently.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Damn it, that means I won't be able to get away with my cat. I'm upset. Alright, continue.
I don't say anything.
And looking out around the group, he goes, "Okay.
I'm not gonna lie, since I don't know any of the others well, I like look around at them half expectant for one of them to confess.
Alright, moving on.
And as you do that, he goes, "All right then." He looks around at his crew and goes, "I trust you all to figure out what's happening here." And he turns and walks back into his office.
Let the investigation begin. Wow.
Alright, well.
I want to investigate the.
Let's look at the engine room.
Yeah, I want to go to the engine room because my owl has advantage on the perception checks and shit. So.
All
Well,
right,
this
so
version.
Where do we check then?
Yeah,
that-
where do you want to go this
so-
room?
Go make lunch.
Barry
Go
and
make
Hazel
lunch.
are heading down to the engine room.
Okay.
You
We can check the
know,
boiler room, maybe see if there's any like coal traces here and there, and follow that if there's there any.
go.
Okay.
All right, so Patton's group can go to the boiler room, and you know that the only place the coal could have possibly been dumped off is there is a loading dock at the back of the deck near the coal.
Yeah.
I guess I'm gonna go
Yeah.
look at the loading dock.
All right, so party has all assembled and split up.
I go on my
Split
own,
the
I guess.
party,
because
split
nobody...
the party. Okay, who wants to go first? For the
Yep.
next story.
Figure out. Wanna roll for it?
Roll
Since
for
I was
initiative,
thinking,
bitches.
A roll-based
Just roll a
game?
d20.
Just roll a d20.
Yeah.
I got a 14.
Yeah, we only need one of each pair to
Oh,
roll. By the
whoops.
way.
Alright, do you want to roll?
Okay, I'm gonna
Going
try
last,
to roll.
boys.
I don't know
Okay.
how to. Okay, that did not work.
Oh,
Here, you know what? I got it, Sam.
Yeah,
Nick
you
and I
do.
tied.
Yeah, but I try to cancel the roll.
Everybody's rolling 2.
What is happening?
Okay, so.
Alright, so-
D&D first.
You might have to roll again.
So, Azazel and Barry, you are led down to the engine room by Daryl, who seems a little bit ashen and confused by this whole situation, and he's looking between the two of you in slight distress, like he can't tell exactly who to trust.
Oh no.
You get down to the engine room, and he swings open the large metal door that blocks it off, and as I have described previous, but it's been a couple of weeks, so I'll do it again, there is a large area of a large open-faced furnace that is only slightly smoldering at this point, with very, very low fuel. And in the far back right corner, there is a large grated area that typically contains all of the coal storage. But at the moment, you can tell that the gate has been swung open and it is empty.
I feel like this is a good time for an investigation check.
Yes.
Am I correct in that?
Go
DM?
for it if you want.
Okay.
It's totally gonna
Let's
turn
go
out to
now.
be fucking Cyan.
Probably.
Let's go.
Most
Con-
likely.
6.
Nah, my bet's on
Well,
Claus. She has a key.
Is this an investigation? Like, is it
Okay,
an
hold on.
investigation or is it?
You
Because I know,
can
like-
do whatever, like,
I
you
wanna
have
make
free
a
reign
perception.
right now.
Okay,
Yeah.
I want to make a perception check, and I'm gonna do it through the eyes and I guess ears of my owl because I had advantage on that shit. And +3.
Acrobatics?
Acrobatics.
I
Let's flip into the open cold.
I don't see anything, so I do a flip. That's
Let me.
Hey,
That's how you
he
know
rolls
that they-
acrobatics to avoid disturbing any evidence.
Okay, so that's actually not a 12. That's a 13. But yeah, that's my 13 perception through the eyes of my owl because it's +3 instead of +2. But.
Oh.
Alright, so, Barry, as you are looking around, you notice a few things immediately. There are some scuff marks on the floor that they have almost like a wheeled shape, like something was wheeled in and out of this area, but you don't see any carts or anything nearby. And there are a handful of small, about humanoid-shaped footprints
It was Gnot.
heading towards
It was not.
Honestly, would be out of character.
Hey, at least that rules me out because my feet are fucking massive.
Stab you.
Azazel, as you look slightly closer, you recognize right near the door to the engine room, where these tracks from the cart are leading, there is a small wet stain on the floor, clear fluid. And
Ooh.
examining it a little bit closer, you realize that it's a very familiar smell. It's the ammonia from the cleaning carts in the scullery room.
Ooh, woo.
Okay, I guess out of like sequence. Well, I guess I'll ask stuff, Daryl. Yeah. Daryl, are there any like who is the one who does the cleaning on the ship? Is there like a set person who does that, or is it kind of just a rotation thing, or?
Daryl seems a little bit confused for a moment, but he goes, the cleaning rotates from day to day, but it's usually Patton he cleans up after his own cooking. It's not like we'd really expect anybody else to do it.
Oh no. Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Sad, I kinda like this.
Oh, I don't trust that.
And also, while you are looking around Azazel, you notice that the footprints that are in the dust, there seems to be one thing that's inconsistent with them, and it's they don't ever backtrack. It's just one set of footprints walking away from the grate where the coal dust is kept, which is odd because that's a lot of coal to transport.
Ooh, woo. Bag of holding? Question mark.
And that's about all you notice.
Okay, okay. Well, I told this to Daryl, and I guess I'll bury too. I say, well, they obviously used some sort of wheeled thing to move it.
I agree.
It was a humanoid who was small, so I don't know what everybody looks like, but
Wait,
somebody
I'm a
small.
humanoid and I'm small.
Yeah, but you're tiny.
Like small, like and then also, it seems like they did it all in like one fell swoop. So I feel like it wasn't maybe like there was some sort of magic involved, where whatever wheel thing that they used, it was like it could store a lot of stuff. I'm not sure, but it seemed like there was only one trip, and that's kind of what I gleaned from this. And I kind of asked Daryl today, does that
Flies.
ring any bells? You know, is there anything wheeled that exists on the ship?
Daryl pauses for a second and he goes, well, there's the carts that have the cleaning supplies on them. That's all I can really think about, and they're small carts. It's not something that I'd imagine would be able to carry that amount of coal.
The coat of holding.
Okay, well, I mean, yeah. I mean, Nick, is there anything else that you want to do in this room? Because if not, I can do that.
So, what exactly did we just look at, like, the area around it?
Yeah, you just looked at the area around. You can do more
okay.
in-depth looks into individual things.
Can I wanna
The
stare at
actual furnace. There is the
the coal supply.
doorway. There's the coal supply. You want to go look at that?
Wrong
Alright,
roll.
So heading.
Very much
Yeah,
wrong
you,
roll.
You injected the shit out of the coal. The lingering dust on the inside of this coal thing is just trembling in fear. It
Just
ignites
take the
itself
19
with how terrifying.
I was gonna say, you take the 19 and
Yeah,
put
I
your
was just
actual
gonna-
modifier.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was just gonna consider the 19.
An 18.
So, as you are examining this coal repository where coal is typically kept, you notice that there's a few small chunks left at the very bottom that obviously just were too low down to reach. And you notice a set right on the edge of the grate, there is a set of smudged fingerprints of Kolga.
Ooh, woo.
But it's seeming in the place of a hand as if somebody was resting their hand on it to support their weight as they leaned down.
Ayo, Barrel the Daryl. I found some fingerprints. I think.
Yeah, no shit, you're gonna find fingerprints. Hadley's in here at all hours.
Are these Hadley's fingerprints?
Oh, yeah, is there even a way to
Exactly.
detect like fingerprints?
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
Universe?
like, you can probably get a general idea. Hadley's a half-orc, so they're not gonna be
investigation?
huge.
They
yeah.
are about average human-sized handprints. They're not large, and you don't think that'd be large enough to be Hadley.
Okay.
These look too small to
And,
be Hadley's.
As you're looking here, you, especially now that you have a little bit of a clue about the cleaning cart, you realize that that ammonia-esque smell is here too.
This also smells like not ammonia. Fuck. Where?
Pneumonia. It smells like pneumonia.
Wait a minute.
Smells like cancer.
Pneumonia? Isn't what?
But yeah, you can smell that cleaning fluid smell here.
What else?
Stop.
What else is in this room? So you said there's a furnace too.
Yeah, there is the actual furnace that is connected to the engine that is used to keep the engine hot.
I mean, I guess I can investigate that. I'll roll an investigation.
Please stop, guys.
You
I don't even know what I rolled.
you don't have to roll
fuck.
investigation every single time if you just tell me what you're trying to look.
Okay,
Like,
well then,
that's
yeah,
okay.
I wanna look at the furnace and see if I can glean any clues.
So looking in on this furnace, it's still lightly smoldering, almost like a fire that's been going over, and there's just little golden, glowing embers left at this point, but nothing strong enough to keep the ship moving. And as you look, you notice that pressed against the far back, as if it was shoved back there, there is a small piece of slightly smoldering cloth.
Okay, I wanna
Grab it.
I wanna grab it. I have heat resistance, so I feel like I can stick my hand in. But I wanna.
Daryl seems a little bit startled as you shove your hand into a burning furnace.
fire resistance.
But listen, you got as you pull out this piece of cloth, you recognize it as it's actually two small pieces of cloth bundled together. One of them seems to be the burnt remnants of part of a shirt. It seems like the rest of the shirt has been burnt away, while the other one is a small cleaning cloth that is coated liberally in coal dust.
What? Okay. Okay.
Okay, guys, time to find out who's missing their shirt.
Well, okay, yeah. I don't. Nick, is there anything? I think I have all the information that might be useful. Well, I mean, there's probably more stuff.
I
What else is in the room?
Yeah. I don't know.
It's a small room, like it's not a particularly large space. It's just a small little engine block.
All right,
Just to keep the engines
I
up.
think that's about it. I think we
Yeah,
got
that's
some
a
good
crap.
clues.
Yeah,
Yo, my boy Barrel the Darrow. We got some good clues. And yeah,
Yeah, we're gonna have a time skip right now. We're gonna have a time skip.
transition into
Just-
other people.
Less of a time skip, more of a switch to the other character.
Yeah.
You
we're
guys
having-
should
we're
make
having
sure
a
you
perfect-
actually tell Dale every single thing that you noticed, so that way, like, nobody can claim that you guys are making shit up.
I
Okay.
already told the fingerprints.
Yeah,
And
I tell Daryl everything. And I show him like the cloth and all that stuff.
He seems a little bit confused and jarred by this, but
Does he recognize the cloth?
he doesn't seem to recognize the shirt. I mean, it's a very generic, like, off-brown, like,
Generic.
tunic.
yo,
Yeah.
let's go. I wear green. We good.
It's not Supreme.
It's not me. I have a cloth. I have a robe with purple and black and shit.
I'm also
Yeah,
a
it's
fairy.
very generic piece of clothing here.
I barely wear clothes.
All right.
Legitimately.
So it's definitely Gnot. That's my conclusion
Yeah.
here. But we'll pass
This
it on.
is actually, guys, this is actually how we're getting Andrew out of the campaign. He decided to quit, and this is how we're removing Gnot.
All right. What is it?
Gnot got thrown
Lazuli and Disrosa or Vola, whoever's next. Go.
We are heading on to Lazuli and Destroza, actually. Where did you decide that you were going for this? particular boiler?
Yeah.
Well, as you step away from the rest of the group and the group kind of disperses a little bit, Patton glances around at the others as they step away, and then as soon as they're out of really hearing distance, he pulls you all aside. And he
Okay.
goes, I know it wasn't you.
Yay!
I,
That's
him.
good.
Validation!
You don't know any information that we know yet.
he pauses for a moment and goes, alright, I know it wasn't you, because I think it was Elin. I was up last night, and I was preparing everything for breakfast like I usually do, and I swear that I heard crashing coming from the engine rooms, but I thought it was just Hadley, and then I saw him walk back to his quarters. And I don't know what he was doing, but the fact that the coal is now gone immediately after that, I don't know what else he could have been doing.
Elin was the
Yeah,
co-captain,
that's
right?
pretty suspicious.
Okay.
Ooh boy, that's
Maybe
sus.
like a political power. Maybe a political power grab. Though he didn't kill the captain, that wouldn't really make much sense.
No, he's mad at Tyler for stealing his man.
Fuck off.
Mr. Steel Girl.
I should add that to my playlist.
But he just kind of, he looks almost upset that he's even saying this, and he goes, we've been traveling with, this crew has been together for years now, and I don't want to believe that any of us did this, but I don't know what else it could be, and I need your help, okay? I need your help.
Alright, so how can we help then?
And
What can I do?
he
You require
gestures over to the captain's office area and goes, immediately connected to the captain's quarters is Elin's quarters, and
Mhm.
I can distract both of them for a while, but I need somebody to get into Elin's room and look around.
Aren't they gonna be really suspicious that he's
Wait.
not watching the two of them?
Wait, the fuck? Aren't
Why
those?
wouldn't you
I
do
like
that?
this.
Wait.
I'm
What type of
down.
armor are y'all wearing? Just curious. Are
Yeah,
y'all
yeah,
Clank
should've
Clank?
been us.
Are y'all Clank Clank?
Listen, I purposely put it so that the people who didn't have stealth have to do this.
I hate you.
Wait,
Nick could've
I'm not
done
gonna
that.
make this shit easy for
Me
you.
and Nick could've done that.
Yeah. Rogan Ferry, easy fucking clap.
Okay,
I'm not
so
gonna give the stealthy people the ability to go do stealthy
Hey,
stuff.
hey,
Okay, I have stealth,
Wait.
like a saving throw for it.
And actually, the only reason why it's split up like this is because of the fact that y'all chose who to be hanging out with.
Fair.
Also,
Call
BT
back.
Dubs, Sanic, I know I really shouldn't metagame here, but, do you have a wild growth yet? You do, right?
I have what now?
Wild shape? Whatever it's called?
Can you change,
Yeah, I
your
do.
shape?
Okay.
Yeah, I
No,
have
do
to.
change
That
it.
is all I will say.
Fuck.
Oh, I know what you're thinking. Okay.
Wait, what level? Not level. What circle are you?
Circle of Land, swamp specifically.
Yeah, so I think you get up to 0.5.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I just want to know like which ones. You know.
Turn into a fucking rat.
There's better than that, my
You know
dude.
what? Rats are stealthy. I can do that.
Yeah, sure.
Okay,
Or
so
like a bug. Insects.
So basically-
oh, insects would make sense as a,
Uh-huh.
as a swamp person.
Spider.
so the plan is
I can distract Elin for a while. Wright's probably busy already with everything, really. He still has to get in contact and try to figure out how he's going to get this ship moving, but I could distract Elin for at least a while. And you just need to get in there, look around, see if you can find... I don't want him, don't get me wrong here, I don't want him to be the one who did this, but just look around, see if you find anything that doesn't seem right, and...
Oh, no problem. I can change into a spider if needed.
Yeah, I'm looking right now. Like,
Just-
He
If I
stares
don't-
at you for a second and goes, okay.
The giant
worry,
lizard
it's
man
totally
is like,
normal.
yeah, I can turn into a spider, don't worry.
Wait.
But, so, you two are led over towards the captain's office that you've been in a couple of times, and heading towards a small side door that's immediately adjacent.
you can join. You
And-
can turn into a centipede. Sorry, I'm like looking at this thing. This is cool.
Yeah, I could,
He
but like,
knocks
spider-
on
ox.
the door. That's
an ox.
the
What is
opposite
a
of what
bark?
you probably
Very
Oh,
want
and a
to
wolf
hear.
spider. A wolf spider.
Yeah.
Spider.
I already have a list of
Just
them.
Stench.
the most stealthy fucking ox
What
ever.
the fuck is a stench cow?
You can look it up.
I don't want to know.
The D&D thing.
But,
That's weird.
you're led over to this door, and he glances over at both of you and goes, "Okay, just be cool." And he knocks on the door, and after a couple of seconds, there's a lot of shuffling noises and thudding from inside the room that you can hear. And Elin's door swings open, and he's standing there, looking a little bit flustered, and goes, "Do you need something?"
This
Ooh.
is actually
And,
all just a scheme. Elon wants to fuck the captain and peace. So he's
That's
making
what I
us look
said.
everywhere.
Oh my god.
Oh boy.
And Patton goes, I don't know if you've been updated on this whole situation. I'm assuming you have, but I think that we might have found something in the cargo hold, and I need a second opinion on this. If you could just come with me for 30 seconds. And Elon glances around at the rest of the group and goes, okay. And Patton's like, it's just because you know magic. It could really be a great help to have somebody look
What
around,
is he gonna show him?
do some detect magic or something on the thing that we found. Just come with me. And
Oh my
Elon
god.
looks around for a second, looks very, very confused, sketched the fuck out by all of this. But he closes his door behind him and goes, oh, okay, and he follows Patton, and you see them disappear down the stairs.
Alrighty.
Great, I have access to stuff, right? I can just open the door, basically.
Yeah, door's not locked.
Oh, that's okay. Well, that's open the door. All right. So, what do we see here?
Alright, so you go into the room, and it's very, very similar to the setup of the captain's office. There's a small cot in the corner, there's a little chest lockbox at the foot of the cot,
Find his diary.
there's a desk at the side of the room, a bookshelf beside the desk, and really that's about it. It's a
Dear
small just
diary,
cabin.
today I dumped the coal into the water.
It was me.
All right. Well, I think I'm just gonna straight roll investigation to see if I notice anything weird to
Just
start
in the
with.
general room.
Yeah, just to start with.
Okay. Nice.
So, looking around the
Good
room, you don't immediately see anything that seems too suspicious at all. You notice that there's some papers that were left out on the desk, and they're shuffled around a little bit. There's a book that is open on his cot as if he was reading it, and when you knocked on the door, he just kind of put it down momentarily. And there's a couple of drawers on the desk that seem to have locks on them, but that's about it.
Ooh, let's look at that one.
I mean, yeah, I do have.
Can you pick the lock?
I have thieves' tools, so.
Okay. Because otherwise,
The cleric has thieves' tools.
Don't worry about it.
you're making me suspicious.
Wait, who do you serve?
Who do I serve?
You're trickster, right?
Luna.
Oh, right, the trickster
Great.
one. Yeah.
Yeah, he's the trickster one.
Oh shoot! What attribute do I use for it?
You
It's,
just like click
Dex.
And that was investigation.
Dex.
It's
It's
proficiency
Dex,
plus
and
Dex.
if you're a prof in thieves' tools.
Yeah, if you're proficient in it, which I'm not sure, I don't know if you are or not, but if you are proficient in it, it's
You just had your
Uh,
prof.
yeah,
Mhm.
but I think it's just.
Where would it say if I am or not, or would it just be?
It'd be you would get it from your background pretty much, or like you can. It's weird.
No, it's not. It's you either get it from your background or your class.
Yeah, and I don't think you get it from.
Hmm,
It's probably just like I think you just do dexterity throw.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do that then.
That.
Dex checks.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's a bit.
So, you
Oh,
go
wow.
in with these, tools, and you start picking around, but, the lock on at least the topmost drawer, because there's about 3 drawers, the lock on the topmost drawer doesn't seem to want to pop. You managed to get, the other 2 fine.
That's probably the most important one, isn't it?
And, you see a couple of papers detailing things like prices of cargo, and, but you do notice that the topmost drawer has a small smudge of what seems to be some sort of dark something on the top corner. Could be ink, could be anything, but you can just tell it's a dark something smudge.
Okay. I turn it myself into a spider and climb up there to go check it out.
Are you climbing in through the lock?
Yes.
Alright,
I'm
that's so valid.
That's a big, great move right there.
That's
That is
big
great.
energy, and I love it. So, as you wiggle your way past all of the locking mechanisms and tumblers in this lock, you find yourself in the drawer, and it's a little bit dark in there, but you're a spider. You can see pretty good in the dark, I'm assuming.
Yeah, and I also got like dark vision, so I'm good and
Yeah,
all.
so you can see fine in there, and there's a little bit of light coming in through the actual keyhole of the lock, so you're fine. And,
I have a very amazing cartoon image of a spider like running across paper trying to look through stuff right now.
That's basically
the
me right now.
topmost papers on this that look like they were very haphazardly shoved in there. They're kind of crumpled to the back of the drawer.
Oh,
They have a couple of writings about the cost of a magic school in Mute Harbor.
okay.
And the prices for the magic school are circled in red.
Uh-huh. Wait,
Magic
can I read it?
school.
And there is another smudge of the dark colored whatever the fuck on the corners of these papers.
Okay. I don't know if I
Magic
can-
school.
I'm gonna assume that I can read.
Yeah.
Because I have a smart
Yeah,
brain.
you're fine.
Yeah, no, you're
Spider-
fine. You keep your.
You can read them. You can tell that these are, like, they're just about the tuition, and the tuition for this particular school is,
You cut out.
Oh, you cut
Oh.
it out.
the tuition for this particular magic school is high. And
Okay.
it's just about the tuition prices for this particular.
Well. Potential motive? Perhaps?
Potential. Yeah, could be.
Wait, but I thought spiders can't talk.
I'm just thinking this in my spider brain, okay?
Yeah, also, OOC, he said he's gonna distract him for 30 seconds, so just like, you wouldn't want
You
the
should probably
situation
get
where
moving.
it's like,
Oh yeah, we should probably.
Yeah.
At least Quaz should get out, because he's kind of off.
Oh yeah, I'm
Yeah.
I'm getting out.
Looking, you don't currently at least hear anything coming from,
Oh yeah,
as far as you can tell.
But
Yeah, you have
honestly,
ears,
Bart,
and
you
you're
should
like
probably
right
get
next
the
to the
fuck out.
stair.
Yeah,
But also, if he sees that you're there and she's not there, it could also be
You could
like.
just say she went to go take a shit or something.
yeah. I can make
Anything
up the
else
stuff
you
fine.
want to check in this room?
Yeah,
Ah.
check as well. But yeah,
No.
let you know.
There's a cot, a bookshelf. There is the lockbox at the foot of the bed.
The only thing worth it is the lockbox. Because like the bookshelf would take way too long
You're
to
gonna
go.
steal all of his shit.
I mean,
Steal the books.
Alright,
obviously
so
the lockbox is locked, so that's an issue.
the lockbox is indeed locked.
Well, could I use Steve's tools again?
Yes, you have them.
Good.
No, you got.
God.
No, you have
They're
them,
not
but you're never
Skyrim
allowed to
elastic,
use
they don't
them.
break.
There we go.
Alright, so with relative ease, you pop open this lockbox at the foot of the bed, and it seems to be a lot of personal, just mementos and stuff. You see a couple of like letters from his family, an old wand that he crammed in here, and a couple of folded sets of clothes that are just kind of haphazardly tossed in here. But underneath one of these sets of clothes is a small book. And it's a little, like, leather-bound notebook.
Dear diary.
How to steal coal 101.
And on the inside of this little book,
How to get away with coal theft.
there is a small piece of paper that falls out when you open it. And it has what you know to be today's date on it, and a time listed that's about 2 to 3 hours from now. And the handwriting doesn't seem to be Elin's, because there's his handwriting in the rest of this notebook, but it doesn't seem to be his writing.
Okay. I don't want to take the paper with me because I would be extremely suspicious. Just to have.
Notice it? Would he really notice it?
Take a picture.
Like, would he know?
Well, if there's a date on it,
Pull out
that's
your iPhone.
if there's a date on it that's listed 2 to 3 hours from now, and he's probably gonna go back into his room after
Yeah,
he's done being distracted, then yeah, I'm not gonna take it.
It's easy information to memorize, I guess.
Yeah, I just memorize the fact that it's not his handwriting and that it date 2 to 3 hours, time 2 to 3 hours from now. All right, so I'll.
Anything else
Did I
you want
notice-
to do in this room? Or with this particular notebook or piece of paper or whatever else?
Did I notice what page the notebook came or the paper fell out from?
It just kind of tumbled out when you first opened it, so you're assuming that it's one of the first pages, that it was just kind of thumbnailed in there.
All right, so I'll just stick it back in the front, put it back in the lockbox, lock it, and then I'm just gonna leave because then I'll just let Desrosa do the rest because Spider.
Spider sense is tingling.
Ooh.
Ooh.
So I'm just gonna kind of leave, and then if Elin comes back, I'll maybe distract him a little bit longer.
Alright.
So
There is one thing that I totally forgot to mention this, I just noticed it in my notes. There was one desk drawer that was entirely empty, and it just, for some reason, was empty. Like, all of the other ones are packed full with stuff, but this one's just empty.
oh
False bottom.
yeah, huh?
Or maybe, I don't know.
Hmm.
False bottom, that's what I say whenever Nicki Minaj gets on screen.
Well, Sanic, how about you just kind of crawl around there and see if you notice anything?
Alright. Can I roll for perception on that then?
Go for it.
Okay. Where's perception? Perception, there we go. Okay.
So I'm assuming that little spider self crawled into the other...
Oh yeah, I
Desk
just
drawer?
like yeeted over to that side.
She
So,
web slung over.
You Spider-Man your ass into this other desk drawer, and it's amazing looking. But, looking in here, there's nothing, and it doesn't, you look around, there's no false bottom or anything, but the fact that there's nothing is what makes this weird. Because even the top of the desk, all of the drawers in the desk, the bookshelf itself, they're all cluttered with papers and books. Elin's not the most organized dude. And the fact that there is nothing at all in this drawer when every other possible surface to have stuff on has stuff on it seems incorrect.
And there's no spider webs there, I'm guessing, either, so that
Nope.
means
It's
definitely
no dust, no nothing.
So something was moved
It is-
recently.
It is just an empty desk drawer.
So there was something in there.
Maybe. As far as you
Wow.
can possibly tell, there could have been.
Yeah.
Ooh.
What else is in the room? Did you say G?
There is... That hasn't been examined yet. There is the cot and there is the bookshelf. And that's about it.
Okay.
Lazuli, you hear their voices coming up from the stairs, but they're still far enough away, and Patton seems to be doing his damnedest to distract the
Okay, so I can maybe get away with one more thing.
Yeah,
Let's
you can
see
hear them
here.
in the distance.
Yeah. I'll check the cot real quick.
Alright,
You
so,
don't get caught.
Do it. It's fine. I have an idea if I do get caught, so I'll be fine.
What, hide under the bed?
Don't worry about it. If it comes to
I got
that,
it. I got it.
we'll
Yo,
go
yo, yo,
there.
yo. He's just gonna roll for initiative.
Stabs Elon.
So, examining this, like, little cot, you can see that it's, again, just like the rest of the room, he doesn't seem to be the most organized elf in existence. There's a lot of stuff haphazardly tossed around. There's, a pair of pants that have just been yeeted and they are laying across the pillow. And, with
But
just
no
a cursory glance around, it just kind of looks like he had flopped onto the bed and crashed recently.
Ooh.
Okay. All right, so I'm gonna leave the room because I hear them coming, and I obviously don't have an amazing spider, transformation. So I'm just gonna leave the room.
Cranky that you don't have a spider sona, eh?
Okay. Well.
Get fucked, my dude.
Quaz
We got two spiders in the group, man. I can turn into one
Quaz
too.
is just jealous that he's not a true furry, panic.
I just want to be a scaly. All right.
So, are you staying in there?
Wait a minute, what did you say?
Because
So
Panic
no,
would-
no.
I'm
'cause,
gonna
yeah.
stay around, see if he reveals a little bit more stuff, because I'm a spider and have, like, no time limit like Animorphs.
Alright, so,
But yeah, I'm leaving the room.
alright, so as you leave the room, you seem to have left the room relatively in the nick of time, because within about 45 seconds or so of you stepping outside and, I'm presuming, closing the door behind you,
Yes. Should have said
Leaves
that.
it
Sorry.
wide open.
Patton and Elin come up from the steps, and Elin looks a little bit disgruntled and slightly frustrated, and he's like, there was literally nothing there. I don't know why you're still talking about this. There was nothing there. And Patton's like, my bad. I don't know. I just, I guess I'm a little bit paranoid after all of this, everything that's been happening recently. Sorry for bothering you, though. You should head on back to bed. I'm pretty sure we have everything handled here. And, Elin looks over at you and squints for a second and goes, where'd the lizard go?
Yeah, I knew that happened. Oh, the lizard? The restroom.
The restrooms are down near the... whatever, I'm going to bed. And he turns around and he walks back off and he closes his door behind him. And Patton looks at you and goes, where is she?
She's a
Listen,
spider.
she may or may not be in a drawer as a spider. Yeah.
Don't you wish that you could be a fly on the wall?
And he just kind of... he puts his head in his hands for a moment and goes, of all people to bring with me. Okay, well... And he...
Listen, it works, okay?
He just kind of goes,
tell him
well,
about
I
the dream
guess
mind."
we should stay nearby? Did you find anything?
Alright, well, let's see.
You don't have to actually you can just say that you have.
Okay, and then I'll explain to him everything I saw.
And he goes a little bit gray as you're explaining all of this, and seems distraught, and he's like, I guess we can tell Captain, right? I don't want to tell them until we know fact, but that
Yeah.
seems wrong. And Dishrosa,
Ye-
you hear the door close
Mhm.
from your
I
vantage
hope he
point.
opens the drawer and just fucking smacks this person.
Rolls up a newspaper and
You should probably like get up in one of the corners of the ceiling. I think.
Oh yeah, I'm
Yeah.
gonna just like do that real quick.
So, from your vantage point in the corner,
Mhm.
you see Elin step into his room, and as he closes it, kind of puts his back against it for a second, takes a deep breath to compose himself, wipes his hand down his face, sighs, and then walks over to his desk. And he sits down and opens up the drawer that was empty prior,
All right.
and he flicks his hand up again, and you see the bracelet that he is wearing on his hand flare up with another flash of golden light, just as it had before during the sparring matches. Only this time, you see a quick pop of light from the inside of the drawer, and there's a stack of papers that have now appeared there.
Ooh.
Magic. Whoa.
And
And since you're
he pulls them out, and he's leafing through them momentarily. And after another moment's pause, he reaches into the pocket of his robe, pulls out a communications crystal, and presses on it once. And it flashes with light, and you can see he just speaks very briefly into it, and all you can really hear him say is, "We're still on."
Well.
And then the communication crystal, he tucks it back into his pocket. He puts the papers back into the drawer. Another flash of light appears, and they're gone. And he goes and lays down on his cot.
Oh boy.
Well.
Ooh, this is mock ass.
This is some juicy.
Fucking murder on the Orient Express.
Hey,
Nobody's
while we
dead,
continue with this,
Tyler.
real quick question. What is our actual objective again? I kind of forget.
Figure out who stole all the coal.
Yeah, no, but the overarching for
You're
this
supposed to
series.
bring the body.
Figure out where the hell Crimshire Pass is.
Right,
Today
alright.
we're talking about the overarching campaign, and let's figure out what the fuck happened to Cripshire Pass.
Alright, we good. I just needed a quick refresher because it's been a
Listen,
little
we're
bit.
in Arc 2, okay?
We're in Arc like 1.5 quads.
We're in Arc
Yeah, this is...
1.1.
No, this is the
literally
C arc.
have
This is the
put
C
down
arc.
as Arc 1.5.
This
This
is
is like the filler.
yeah. We're in filler already.
We're in a mini
Oh, we're in
arc.
filler? Okay.
Yeah.
This was the first part was the introduction, and this is technically like the first arc.
Oh, okay. So this is the
Okay.
first arc. So
Fun
this
fact,
is.
I have this in my notes as between a dock and a hard place.
That is
Oh.
an amazing name, Chief.
Oh.
All right. We need to take a wiki for this, man. We need to make like an outline because we have episode. I've been numbering the episodes because easier for uploads.
You can
I've
make a
just been
wiki.
putting like pun names and shit.
Make a
in my
wiki,
notes.
You know what? Valid.
So Disrosa, now that
Yeah.
and he just seems to go to bed. Like he's just laying down in his
Okay,
cot,
so he's
and he
10%
grabs the journal from the foot of the lockbox, and he's just kind of flipping through it and writing in it, like he's just comfortably in
Can I
it.
just like sneak over a little closer, just like what he's
Be
writing?
careful, Sonic. You fuck you up.
Like I'm on the wall.
Don't.
Like
Mm.
I'm just like a slight bit closer, but still behind him.
He is just kind of writing in this journal, but it's not a language that you recognize.
Damn it! I hoped.
Hmm.
Hmm.
And yeah, he's just kind of writing.
Okay then. I
be right.
skedaddle myself out of that room with some juicy D. He is scalding. I'm ready to spill it.
How come every time you come over?
Alright, and you make your way out of the room safely because you're tiny.
Heck yeah.
And no one's going to notice a tiny ass spider. And so you make your way outside, fine, safe, and just right nearby, Patton is standing there with Leslie.
Hey guys, guess what? I got some tea.
Talk as a spider. Can druids talk as their beast?
no, they
What is
can't.
happening?
You gotta become out of spider.
She's making spider noises.
There's just a spider waving his front legs frantically in their direction. They don't even notice.
Yeah, no, we can't talk in our animal forms. It's kind of bad.
Alright, you can't, damn it. Okay, so I just like appear right behind them and be like, hey guys, guess what?
Patton startles and lets out like the tiniest, most high-pitched girlish shriek you've ever heard in your life. And he goes, Jesus Christ, you're gonna give me a heart attack. Okay, so
I try not to do
please
that.
tell me you got something, please.
Oh, buddy, I got plenty news. Alright, so your boy Elon, right?
Yeets the tea.
Yeah.
His name is Elon.
Oh, I
He's
thought it
actually
was
not Elon Musk.
Yo, let's go,
Elon Musk.
druids, and not being able to know
It's
characters'
it's
names.
that.
Is it spelled differently than Elon?
Oh,
That's a terrible spelling.
I put it in the wrong
That's
chat
Alan-
anyhow.
That's Ellen without another
Why are you
L.
putting all of this in Gen Chat?
Oh, I am? Fuck.
Yeah, you
That's why I noticed. That's why I sent it to the wrong thing. That's his name.
Oof.
So, are we just going to do the assume that you tell them everything thing?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I can give you the long story short. He's dirty because he got some fancy ass bracelet that has a secret drawer, and it looks like your boy ain't exactly the most cleanest of the clean. He musky AF.
Elon Musk.
Musty, dirty.
No, just no.
And,
Santa, no.
As you're explaining this, Patton seems to try to be. He seems to almost try to reason away why these can't be them. He's like, well, the bracelet's just his arcane focus. He doesn't like using wands, so and that's not anything particular. But the more information you give him, the more grave and just genuinely upset he looks.
Lol, uses a
And-
bracelet.
He realizes that there's not a real way that he can explain this away. And he kind of breathes a deep sigh and he's like,
Gotcha, bitch.
I'm gonna wait until the rest of them come back with whatever they found, and maybe they found something that'll incriminate somebody else, but I can't really explain this away.
Job, though.
It was actually the captain.
And he just kind of, he's like, I'm not the type for this, but I need a drink right now. And he offers all of you to head down to the kitchen with him because he's going for a drink.
Heck yeah.
I'll follow.
He's going.
And we are going to yeet over to Vola.
Oh, Bola.
I'm a fucking half-orc. I don't know how to investigate shit.
Try your best.
Yo, he's gonna go to he's gonna be at the kitchen when the rest get there, just drinking.
So I guess I go down to the loading dock, which is what we said earlier.
Yeah, so, you get down to the cargo hold, and it's at the far back of the cargo hold where the loading dock for all of these supplies are. And, hilariously, while you're down there, you see Patton lead in a very confused Elon a while, and they're just kind of staring at a box that nothing is there, and then they leave after.
Yo, investigate the box.
I'm like, actually, yes.
But, so you're
I like-
down here with Hadley. And
I'm like, what are they doing over there?
Hadley just kind of stares for a long while. He's like, I don't fucking know. I'm not gonna ask at this point. Just
Okay.
get this
After
over
they-
with.
After they walk away, I'm gonna go take a quick look at the box before actually heading to the dock.
Looking at it's literally just a box of cargo.
Okay, I
There is-
shrug and just continue on, cause
Nothing on this box.
right. Okay, I go to the loading dock then.
And so the cargo hold is a large amount of stacked boxes that are all chained together to keep them from bumping around while the ship floats along the sea. And the back loading dock is this wooden area that is gated off typically with a retractable wooden actual dock part. And currently it's retracted into the ship, and the gate that is usually holding it up is is closed but unlocked.
Ooh.
Alright, it's confirmed.
So
Volo did it.
like, okay, so I noticed that it's unlocked. So I'm like, okay, so who has keys to unlock this shit?
I do!
It's not like a lock, it's just a latch.
Oh, never mind,
okay.
I don't.
Damn. I just show you, I'm like, not gonna lie, I have no clue what the fuck to look for.
You can look around at literally anything.
Okay, I'm gonna take a look at the gate, I guess. I guess I'll roll perception.
Also, just in this particular location, don't be afraid to just look around the room.
Okay.
She's telling you to look
So-
around the room.
I guess I look. Okay, so I'm gonna start by looking at the gate.
Sorry, I had to blow my nose, and I didn't want all of you to hear that.
It's all good.
Yo, that's stream content, though.
I know, just that delicious honking noise of me just blowing snot out. So, looking at the railing area, there is, right near the latch where the gate unlocks, there is just a metric-ass ton of coal smudges and, like, old, just smeared handprints around that area. And there are a couple of chunks of coal that are scattered around the ground in that area, right near the edge of the railing. Just a couple of small handfuls of coal.
Okay. So there's obviously just a shit ton of coal smudges over here.
Mhm.
Yeah, there's just a lot happening.
I guess. Like, how are the boxes? Like, how is all the cargo sealed up? Like, is it
Oh,
like
and
sealed?
also
sealed?
you see a couple of coal smudges on the ground that are sort of wheel-esque.
Okay.
Oh?
Ooh.
So it was wheeled. We know
Imagine almost like you're walking into a Costco or a BJ's. It's like large floor-to-ceiling shelves stacked in rows that are filled
From
with
the Canadian,
large
but the
boxes.
BGs.
I don't know what it is either.
Plus.
A BJ's? It's a store. It's like a Costco.
What do you?
Yo, it's like a Myers. It's like Myers.
Wholesale, like,
What?
okay,
You've never
I'm
been to
just
BJ's
gonna...
before?
Quaz,
We
it's
don't
like Myers.
have-
Quaz, it's like
Thank
Myers.
God that I didn't include, like, a Taz-style fantasy Costco in this then.
No.
Oh no, Costco would have been made more
Taz
sense.
and Pierce have no excuse. Pierce definitely has an excuse. You're from Massachusetts.
I grew up in
What do you mean?
Virginia.
Yeah, hold up. We're
Quaz,
just gonna...
Quaz, it's like Myers.
Okay.
I'm just
so-
gonna
It-
give
it's
you
the
this
same fucking
mental
thing, I swear.
image in the Dungeons and Dragons. It's like high metal shelves with wooden boxes on them. There you
Oh,
go.
Jesus.
Oh, like a Sam's Club.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
Sam's
that's
So it's like a
Club
fucking
also
Lowe's or
works.
some shit.
It's like a Costco.
It looks like a
High metal
Costco more.
shelves
It's a
with
mega
only...
grocery.
quote
instead
Tyler.
of-
Costco is like a
Okay.
Costco.
Yeah, instead of cardboard boxes, it's large, heavy wooden crates.
Okay.
And they're stacked floor to ceiling. It's not a very high ceiling room, but it's floor to ceiling in the...
It's
Are
the
they
place you wanna
like
get the
nailed
97
shut?
stack.
Like, are they like nailed shut for like sealed, or are they
Yeah,
like?
They are all
Holes
sealed.
on the ship the whole time.
Okay, all right. So they're all sealed. Okay.
They
Okay.
are all hammered shut.
Okay. I just wanted to see whether or not there's like a couple that have been like cracked open or something like that.
Not as far as you can tell. They're just closed boxes.
Okay.
Alright. So let's see. What else do we have in the?
It's really just rows of boxes and then the gate. Like, it's a
Okay.
straightforward room. But you can choose to look at some of the boxes, you can choose to look at the general room.
Yeah. Okay. I guess I'm gonna.
You got full reign in this room.
Yeah, I know. I'm
The
just trying
large
to
room.
think. And also, straight up, like in character, I would have no idea.
Vola's
what-
stupid.
She's not stupid. She's actually like average.
Imperceptive.
But like, she just
She
wouldn't
tried
do
her
it.
best.
This is not her thing. She does not
Her
solve
wheelhouse is
mysteries.
punching shit.
Yeah, basically. Axe go chop.
Oh.
Yeah, intelligence and wisdom are both 12, so like
Oh,
not
God bless
smart
her.
but not dumb. You know what? Solution. I'm just gonna constitution the fuck out of this.
Valid.
That's so valid.
Hey, I hate to be this guy, but how long till we end the session? Just curious.
15 minutes.
Okay.
Okay.
This is the last part of this particular.
I was
So,
just
yeah,
I was just
I'm
getting a
gonna,
read.
like, I'm gonna check out the boxes, I guess.
Alright, so, examining the boxes, they all seem relatively fine, and there's a few that are, like, you can just see into them because the boxes themselves are old, and it seems to be some sort of ore. Like, it's just boxes of this ore. But right near the, gate area, on the corner of one of the boxes that seems to be a little bit sticking out from the shelves, there you notice a small piece of cloth.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Seems to be torn off of something.
Well,
So I walk over there, I guess, and I kind of pick it off.
Picking it up, it is you wouldn't know this, but it is the same variety of fabric that Azazel had found in the furnace.
Okay.
And looking around in this area, you also pick up on a faint cleaning smell.
I'm like, hey Hadley, you smell that?
She sniffs around a little bit, and she goes, "No? Smell?"
No.
Alright, I shrug. And I'm like, any idea what this is? And I hold up, like, the cloth. Found it torn on one of the boxes.
Just for a brief moment, her eyes widen a little bit, and she goes, "Shirt? Maybe? Sleeve?" But she shrugs it off immediately and goes, I don't know why the hell you guys are just dicking around here. We obviously know that it was one of you assholes, so."
Thanks.
Work.
I'm like, I kind of shrug, and I'm like, honestly, you're probably right. I don't know any of the other fuckers, so, like, they could have done it, but...
Thanks.
She grins in your direction a little bit and goes, "Yeah, there's a reason I picked you. I at least know that you're good people."
I
You're
nod
good
and offer
people.
her, like, because I still have all my
Let's go,
drinks, so I
grammar.
just offer her one of
At
the
least
drinks.
just always have your drink.
I
with
take a
you.
drink, and then I'm like, I don't really see much else, but then again, I'm also not a detective.
She kind of grins and goes, "Yeah, I just kind of should probably leave that to the, nerds over." That's more like Elin style
Says the
thing.
mechanic.
Listen, I'm a cool nerd. I am a nerd who does things with my hands and lights things on fire.
I nod. Fair enough. That's what my uncle used to say he was, because he used to use fire to kill people when we raided.
See, you know what? That man had his shit together.
Talking.
I
And
guess we head back. Yeah.
so
Not much else to do.
I'm gonna give you a small freebie because you are an imperceptive individual. On your way up out of the cargo hold, you get to the stairwell to get back up to the top deck. And, you notice that there aren't any, like, the coal smudges had seemingly been leading towards the gate area, but here there's none at all whatsoever, and that's the only way that it could have gotten here.
Wait, so like just on the path back to like the area, there's just an area where there's no smudges whatsoever.
Yeah,
I'm like, the fuck?
and looking around, just a cursory glance around, you notice that there is a coal smudge sort of high up on one of the shelves.
Uh-oh.
I point up there. How would Cole have gotten up there?
And as you look up and point, you notice that there is a good amount of coal smudges on the ceiling.
Well, well, well.
The fuck?
And
I'm like, does anybody know how to walk on ceilings around here?
Hadley looks up, and her face just goes pale. And she's like, "What the fuck?"
Fuck. We should have
Uh-oh.
looked up in the fucking boiler room. They can't. Oh my god.
She just goes pale, and she just kind of stutters a little, and she's like, what the fuck? I don't understand.
So like, how high is the ceiling? Is it like short? Like you said it was short. Like
The ceilings
Is it more than 10
are
feet?
about, in this area of the ship, the ceilings are about 8 or so feet up,
Fuck.
because they're
so I
relatively
can
low.
reach that with my hand.
Yeah, you can reach it. They're not like high ceilings.
Oh, fuck.
But
Okay,
they're
so
high
I-
enough that the average individual wouldn't be able to reach up there. I mean, Hadley is short for a half orc. She's about 6 feet tall, and she can't reach. Like, it's just
Okay.
an odd,
Oh,
about 8 or 9 feet up there.
oh
Fucking
shit, I can fly that high.
7'9", let's go. I just kind of raised one of my hands up and I like look at it. I'm like, what the hell? Did somebody like?
And as you raise your hand up, she just kind of stares at you for a second and goes, "Buddy, I don't want to have to doubt you here, but I don't know of anybody else that can reach that."
I'm like,
I can.
yeah, I didn't know
technically can.
the fuck. Where did that come from?
I also
And-
totally blanked out. What's on the ceiling? Is there footprint?
Like,
No,
oh. Like,
Charcoal.
oh, wait, are there weird ass like tracks like there were like in the ceiling?
Nope, it's just scuffs of dust as if something bumped up against it.
Alright, it's official. Vola, Barry, and Rosa all did it.
Or it was stacked so high in a cart that the tops of it touched the ceiling and rubbed against it.
That's
Hey,
also a
stop
possibility.
using
Or it
logic.
got
Let me
floated.
have my bad assumptions that blame
Could
me.
have gotten floated along.
Ooh.
Well,
Tensar's floating disc or whatever.
Tenso's floating disc.
Actually, it can only hold like whatever.
Yes. Tenso's floating disc. Actually, you know what makes Tenso's floating disc the memeiest thing ever? If you build a speed character, since it has to follow you, you can make a giant rolling disc that travels at your speed.
And just yeets people on the way.
Yeah.
Alright, moving on.
Alright, moving on here.
Yeah, I guess I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, there's magic maybe? But, I don't know.
Alright. I feel like at this point we should all meet up and discuss what we
Yeah.
found.
Yeah, we could talk
And I
about
think
what we
yeah.
found.
Yeah,
And
our
then I have
group
to
in-
go soon, so.
So
Yeah,
we all accidentally stumble into the kitchen because we're all hungry / want drinks.
Valid.
Alright, so have you chosen your designated meeting point as kitchen?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes?
Alright, so
I guess on our way out, I just suggest to Hadley we go get a snack or something.
I'm
'cause y'all haven't had
hungry.
breakfast, you just got rudely awakened.
Oof.
So as all of
We
you
did
make
all
your
that
way...
investigating with no breakfast. How did we survive?
I know.
So as all of you make your way into the kitchen dining hall combo type area, it's not really a formal dining hall, just a table is in there. You all assemble together and discuss the things that you've found. And
So you all may be wondering why I called you here today.
I think me and Nick and Pierce should talk about what we do first, and then here, like, 'cause I feel like it's
Yeah,
more
I
dramatic.
guess.
The drama of it all.
Although we
Yeah, the real drama.
we're all just kind of skipping ahead, but yeah.
It's like, yeah, we saw some random cloth, and I saw
Yeah.
some coal marks. Oh yeah, we saw the shade.
That way we don't have to repeat everything.
we
I
saw
guess.
the shadiest shit in existence.
Boy,
Elin-
I have a
Elin is
story for you.
literally the shadiest human being alive.
Are we just
Is he even a
alone?
human?
Are we alone?
Not even a human, he's the shadiest elf.
The
All
shadiest
of you-
human being alive is Tyler.
Yeah, you're right.
His
You're
character
right.
Is so fucking shady.
I'm
The
not sure.
only people who are not in this room with you are Elin, Captain Wright, and Syed.
Oh, perfect.
Oh,
Okay,
but-
so perfect.
But Patton,
We're talking-
Hadley, and Daryl are all in this.
All right,
Okay.
get this. All right, I'm done. That was
And
all.
as you explain all of this, you notice that Daryl just looks like disappointed almost.
He's just like,
Disappointed.
he's telling that because I got more juice than he did.
He just kind of goes, "No, I shouldn't have trusted a fucking elf." And
I mean, he
Wait.
is a dwarf, so yeah.
Side note: do we
Wait,
don't
what?
have any elves, do we?
Yeah.
Oh wait, shit.
I'm
Wait.
half elf.
also,
Yeah.
I'm half elf.
I don't remember our party.
Why you look?
We don't have any elves.
Okay. Wait,
don't
Quaz,
have
what are
any-
you?
I'm a Genasi.
Okay.
No, I'm closest with half elf.
All right.
Yeah.
So it was him. Vola did it. Good. All right, continue.
Yeah.
so and Hadley just looks almost like sick to her stomach at the thought that someone she knew could have done this,
I think she wants
and
tea.
then she looks angry.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
I'm thinking tea.
And she, as soon as you are done explaining what you found, Lazuli and Dishrosa, she balls her hands into fists at her sides and goes, "I'm gonna fucking kill him."
Hey, wait.
Oh,
Wait.
I
Sounds
say,
like a
wait, we
plan.
don't have exact proof yet. Let's not rush into
I'm
this.
sorry.
Let's set up an
I
ambush.
don't think you heard me. I'm going to kill him.
Hey,
Let's
before
just-
before
okay.
you kill him,
Also, I really
let's
don't
let's
care
think
that
about
I'm
this,
all for
friends.
it, so I like just like heft my axe down. I'm like, I'm with you.
All right. So I think this is what we should do, friends. We should set up an ambush on him because we got a time when all this is gonna go
We
down.
do have a time.
And I'm pretty sure. Hear me out here. I feel like this is a great cliffhanger.
Okay. Good idea, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll end here, but also like, I feel like we should confront him before the time.
Oh,
right?
and also just from the amount of time that you've been examining shit, it's been about an hour. You have about an hour to an hour and a half of the
Well, we
designated
also,
time.
like,
Attack!
we don't know where. Just gonna say we don't know where, so he could just be doing that in his room at times.
Yeah, let's go by.
Yeah, but we don't know what he's doing.
Should we talk to him?
and
What's it
spider
called?
and just like watch what's going on?
Yo, let's go, spider twins.
Spider mode.
Should we tell the captain what's going on?
Wait.
No, well, no, because I feel like the captain could be in on it.
Yeah, he could be in on it. Yeah.
Okay, let's
I
just keep it to
doubt
ourselves
that.
then.
Not gonna
Well,
lie.
how about this? Like, if we're ending here, this is what I say. Okay, we'll try and ambush, or we'll set up some traps or whatever. We'll see what goes on when the time comes. For right now, don't speak of this to anybody. Don't let anybody know they're on a trail. If there are other people who are traitors in the group, we can't let them know that we know.
There are literally 3 people who we aren't talking to right now.
He's
Well,
not wrong.
There are 3 of them
majority
here.
of the crew. There could be like basic crew members who might be in.
Either way, regardless, I say that we go to the captain, say we didn't. No, actually, no, we shouldn't even talk to the captain at all. Whatever.
Yeah.
Let's just like leave it.
All right, let's go fight this dude. And yeah, good plan.
Yay!
Cut.
Cool.
All right, thanks for a great stream, guys. I'm gonna end it there.
I have to leave now, but yes, that was great.
Likewise.
Thank you.
End stream.
Likewise.
See ya.